first day of free agency has been absolutely crazy so far. I mean, we've had big signings, big trades, as we're going to talk about right now. DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Arizona Cardinals for David Johnson, a 2020 second round pick, and a 2021 fourth round pick. And they had to give up a 2020 fourth round pick. So if you just scratch out the 2021 fourth and the 2020 fourth round pick, you trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson, who also has a big salary, and a 2020 second round pick. They'd even get a first round pick for one of the best receivers in the NFL. If he's not number one, he's definitely top three. So you traded the best receiver in the NFL for an injured running back who hasn't done anything really in 2 seasons that's really noteworthy. And you got a second round pick for it. It's just not enough, man. It's just not enough. Hopkins wanted a new contract and was planning on a 3-year, $40 million contract. He wasn't happy and said he wanted a new contract, and Bill O'Brien said, no thanks, we're going to let you go. And I still can't even believe it. I was golfing when I saw this, and I thought my friend was actually like pranking me. I legit thought that he was just making it up to kid around, and I just don't even know what to even say about that. It's still mind-blowing to me. Like, I'm looking at David Johnson's contract right now. He has in 2020 he's gonna make $10.2 million, and if they cut him, it's $16 million in cap space. What's nice is, I guess would be nice in 2021. If you cut him, you only have $3 million dead cap space. So you kind of get to see him on one more year of what he is, and then you're out of his contract. So from the Texans standpoint, that makes sense. Clear up some cap space, go after a big free agent next year. Just sign DeAndre Hopkins, and today, earlier or just a few hours ago, Stephon Diggs got traded to the Buffalo Bills. The Vikings got a first round pick. Already better. Got a first round pick, a 5th round pick, a 6th round pick, and a 2021 4th round pick. The Bills get Stephon Diggs and a 2027th round pick. I just can't believe it. It blows my mind that the Texans would just give him up that easily. I don't understand why they wouldn't want to pay his contract. It's not like DeAndre Hopkins has ever been bad. He's always been consistently amazing. And honestly too, on Monday, Stephon Diggs he literally tweeted this. He said, it's time for a new beginning. And someone tweeted at him and was like, you're just being a baby. You always say this. And he goes, no, I'm serious this time. Something's going to happen. And then he got traded. Just a few hours ago also, Dallas signed Amari Cooper, who's been super good, but has been pretty inconsistent and injured, to a 5-year, $100 million contract. You're telling me you couldn't pay DeAndre Hopkins that? Like the best receiver in the NFL? So, and if you didn't want to spend money at receiver, they just a few minutes ago, like right before I started recording this, they just signed Randall Cobb, who's been like not amazing. He's a glorified slot receiver, to a 3-year, $27 million deal with $18 million guaranteed. Right now, the Texans wide receiver depth chart is Kenny Stills, who's their tallest receiver at 6'1", and isn't a leaper by any means. He's a complete street guy, straight down the field. Will Fuller, who's a speedster, has only played in 42 games out of 64 possible in 4 seasons, never playing a full 16. Kiki Kuti, who they had high hopes for, but in 2 seasons has 50 catches for over 500 yards, like a little bit. And last year, they literally were up 24 points on the Chiefs, and they blew that game. They blew it. Bill O'Brien just needs to not be anything. He sucks as a coach. Truthfully, he's not a very good coach. His offense, weak. It's super boring. It's one-dimensional. Of course, they haven't had great running backs because Lamar Miller, that contract didn't really work out. But you trade for Duke Johnson, and what did Duke Johnson do last year? Duke Johnson is a complete pass-catching receiver, and you just didn't use him like you should have. I mean, what do you have? Like 50 catches, maybe, if that. I mean, that's what he is. He's a pass catcher, and he caught 44 passes last year. That's it. He caught 44 passes, and you ran the ball with him 83 times. That's it. I don't see it. I mean, Bill O'Brien's made these stupid moves in the past. They let Jadeveon Clowney walk. They didn't want to pay him a big contract. Gave up 2 first-round picks for Laramie Tunsil. Gave up 2 for Laramie Tunsil. Gave Brock Osweiler that big contract. Huge contract, $70 million guaranteed. Then they go start him. I can't believe it. I'm still amazed. Just that Buffalo gave up so much for Stephon Diggs, which Stephon Diggs is super good. Like, I'm not saying he's not good. You couldn't settle. You either had to pay him or you hold out. You can't trade him this early. I can't believe it. I don't know. Houston, they're declining quick, and I don't know. And if they wanted a running back, there's good ones on free agency right now. There's good free agents. I mean, you have Devonta Freeman, who just got cut from Atlanta. He's been hurt, but he's going to be a lot cheaper than David Johnson. You can probably get him on the cheap since he hasn't been great the last few years. And I mean, is he really much worse than David Johnson? I mean, I haven't seen a lot from David Johnson the past 2 seasons. Melvin Gordon, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny for him, but you already did that with Lamar Miller a few years back. And Melvin Gordon, he can do both. He can pass catch and he can be a great running back. And he's been relatively healthy. Frank Gore, I mean, he can be a 1-season filler. Jordan Howard's pretty good too. I mean, you don't have to pay him a big contract either. Bring back Carlos Hyde. Pair him up with Duke Johnson again or another pass receiving, running back. They just didn't take advantage of what the weapons they have, and now they're losing them. They're their run looks like it's going to be over. So I don't know. Arizona, I applaud them for making a great trade, and I don't know. I'm excited to see what Kyler Murray does with those weapons. I mean, Kenyon Drake got signed again, so he's back for another season. Larry Fitzgerald's returning for his 1,000,000th season. DeAndre Hopkins there. Christian Kirk, balled out a little bit last year, had good games. So the Arizona offense is going to be pretty fun. So I'm excited for that. And Deshaun Watson, leave Houston, please. Come to Denver. It'd be good. Big Denver fan.